Yo, what's going on? This Ja, just talking, you know what I'm saying? Just a little air it out, you know what I'm saying? You know, culture cannabis is a movement for all cultures. Doesn't have to be just about cannabis. It could be about, it's basically different cultures, diving in different cultures. And speaking about different cultures, I was just, well, not different culture, but across the water in, I want to say Germany. Yeah, in Germany legalized pot. I mean, but you can only get it from like a weed community type thing. And there's been like, I heard over 200 applicants and only like six has been like, really, really been accepted into it. Speaking of things across the water, I want to say that I appreciate the love and support from everybody that I get from, yes, in America and the States and from also in other countries. I appreciate y'all listening. I appreciate y'all paying attention. You know, this all started with a dream. I'm just a simple man with simple aspirations, simple dreams. My main focus is I really want to help people. Hey, that's just how I am. I'm a very helpful type person. But other things I really want to talk about. So let's, so I kind of want to, just talk about different things. So across the nation and in different countries, April 5th is today where they did the massive protests and, they did the massive protests and, I really am happy. America, just speaking, being American from even the protests in this country, the protests in another country make me really, make me feel really proud. Y'all see the bullshit. We all see the bullshit. We see everything. Hey, I was one of those people that went for Kamala Harris, and well, I'm not. I'm a Democrat. I believe in basic human rights, and our current president is not showing that. So he's never really showed that. I remember there was a a woman who claimed she got raped by five black guys, and Trump took out a whole article, whole page. And usually, you take out a whole page, that's like $1 million. It's saying how you should kill these people, how you should, execute them, and they was found not to be guilty. So found not guilty. So yeah, that's one thing. Speaking of culture, he is trying to erase what my culture, the black culture, the imprint that it has done on this country. I don't care what nobody says. This country belongs to the people who built it, and that is the black people. That's just how I feel. It was built off our backs, slavery, all that stuff. I don't really want to, I don't want to get really too in depth in detail about that. Maybe, I say that for a later episode. Maybe, someone down the line I can talk about it. But yeah, he's trying to erase us from military history, trying to, erase the Tuskegee Five, I mean, the Tuskegee Airmen. And I'm thinking about the thing from earlier. And he's not just doing it in my culture, he's doing it to other cultures, trying to race women and, Hispanic, all my brown people, like, everything this man is trying to erase. And it's just like, I'm not, that shit is uncool. It's not modern. It's not how you move forward. Yes, this country was built by blacks, but America became really great when everybody decided to, come together and become a melting pot and kick that racism that that they spewed and they forced back in the day out of the fucking window. And that's why America was graded as one of the greatest countries, in my opinion. Now, it's a shell of its former self. It's going down. It's not. Is stocks are crashing. Is you have your whole his my whole thing with him is like you ran on, keep the immigrants from out of this country, and it's just like you letting the immigrant prance around with a chainsaw like he's a kid in a candy store trying to slash this. And so yeah. So yeah, I'm proud. I'm happy. I see all of y'all out in these streets. see y'all protesting, y'all giving it y'all all, y'all showing a dissatisfaction for this man and his completely dumb administration. I was just reading that a judge gave him 72 hours to bring back the guy who they illegally deported back from the El Salvador prison. And that press house secretary was like, ain't no way he's coming back. Yeah, I don't like her. She's a bitch. I don't. She's very bitchy, talking about Christianity and stuff like that. I don't. Her particular taste, her energy doesn't vibe with my energy, and I'm a big energy person. So, but yeah, hopefully we can. I don't know what we can do. I just hope and I pray and I keep a positive mindset and I focus on my family and not just focus on my family. I focus on everybody as a whole, but my family is a separate entity. But yeah, in other news, I told y'all before I went to this thing called Weed for Warriors. It was in San Diego. Yeah, it was at Catalyst. That is a very good program for, warriors, especially going through this time, where everything is getting slashed and, prices are going up and tariffs and the recession. And boy, yeah, this shit is crazy out here, man. This shit's way fucking expensive for every motherfucking thing. But yeah, this kind I'm sorry, I know I keep repeating myself, but on to other things. So on to other news. Spent my spiel on that, but on to other news. NBA news. Golden State Warriors fan here. Ever since that JB trade, man, and, we've been on fire, bro. That shit, we, it's feeling like that 22 season. It's feeling like 22. Stephen Curry is doing amazing work. Jimmy Butler is that tough knit and grit. Him and Draymond Green. At first, when the trade went down, I wasn't too sure about it, but now, like, I see how they're gelling together, and like that is some great chemistry between those two. Pods, he is fucking amazing. Who else? I gotta give praise to. Kuminga coming back is a big deal. Moody is great. Buddy Hield, you pass the ball to Steph Curry, please. you know, Post. I'm pretty sure I'm forgetting a few more, but that squad looks pretty good, pretty legit. Can't ignore OKC. They're the number one seed for a reason, but history has not been kind to young number one seeds, and they are very young. Who is the second seed? The Houston Rockets. My faith level in them ain't really too high. They're doing pretty good though. Jalen Green is definitely really good. Thompson, he is really doing an amazing job himself. Their head coach, fuck, I can't think. What is his name? It's gonna come back to me later. Like I can see, I can picture his face. It's gonna come back and haunt me later about who he is. What is the head coach name? Houston Rockets head coach name. I'm pretty sure it'll come back to me later. So the number three seed, I think, is the Lakers. Number four is the Nuggets. Number five is the Warriors. Number six, I want to say it's up. Is the Timberwolves, the Clippers, and the Memphis Grizzlies. They'll round out that top eight. And then, your playoff, your play-in teams at the bottom. You have the Kings and the Suns are fighting, and the Dallas Mavericks are in there too. The West is stacked. The West is very stacked. It always is stacked. The East, the number one seed, Cleveland Cavaliers. I don't know. I feel like they'll scrape by their first round matchup, but they face, whoever that range is, depending on who comes out, they can easily get out. I really don't have no confidence in them. Boston, I really see them coming out of the East. Boston is very strong. Jason Tatum, Jalen Brown, Porzingis, Horford, Derek White, Drew Holiday. The list goes on. They are very, very, very deep and stacked. Oh, Peyton Pritchard, he is very, very good. So the number three seed, I want to say, are the New York Knicks. I have no confidence in them whatsoever. Sorry, Stephen A. The East side, right after that, I believe Milwaukee's in there somewhere. You have Chicago in the play-in. You have Miami in the play-in. A couple other seeds. I really see Boston coming out of it. Cavaliers could make it to the Eastern Conference Finals and get probably swept by Boston. But once again, I said whoever they play in the second round is out. From the West, like I really like from okay, you can't count OKC out just because they're young. So I see OKC can make it to the finals. I see definitely can see the Lakers. I can see the Nuggets. Definitely can see the Warriors. I do not really see the Houston Rockets just because of experience. It may Udoka is his name of the Houston Rockets. I told y'all will come back to me. What else? Yeah, Clippers. I see them being. They'll probably face OKC. It's so Memphis. So if the playoffs are today, Memphis Clippers. Let me see, 8, 7. Let me sorry. So OKC Rockets. Think LA Nuggets Warriors. That's the five. Clippers, Memphis. Is one more team I am forgetting. One more team I am forgetting. Let me check. Let me see. NBA standings. So I should have done this from the get go. Okay. So let me go back. So the Eastern Conference: Cavaliers, Celtics, Knicks, Pacers, Bucks, Pistons, Magic, Hawks. If the playoffs started today, there'll be your 8 teams going in. Bulls and Heat round out your play in. So Magic will play Magic will play the Hawks. Bulls will play the unless they can only switch around and move around in those play-ins. So Magic, Hawks, Bulls, and Heat are in that play-in scenario. So if the playoffs started today, it'll be Magic and Hawks. Then it'll be Bulls and Heat, and the winner of the Magic and Hawks would take on the winner of the Bulls and Heat, and the Hawks would take on the Heat. No, 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 no. So it will be the Magic would take on the Hawks. So if the Magic beat the Hawks will be out, and the Bulls beat the Heat, then it'll be the Magic and the Bulls, and no, it won't be the Magic and Bulls. So the Magic beat the Hawks, it'll be a fall to the. So all right, so let me start again. I'm getting myself confused. I'm talking too fast. So it'll be the Magic and the Hawks. They would jockey for position. So Bulls and Heat, they'll play each other. If the Heat leaves to the Bulls, the Heat are out. The Bulls have a chance to play the loser of the Magic and Hawks for the number 8 seed. I really see the Hawks really kind of falling out. I see the Bulls more on a streak. I see the Magic are on, I feel the Magic in that 7 seed. So it'll be Cavaliers and Bulls, in my opinion, for that first round. Celtics Magic, Nick Pacers, no, Knicks Pistons, then Pacers Bucks. So I'll take Cavaliers over the Bulls. Then I will take the Celtics over the Magic. Pistons and Knicks. I really feel like the Pistons can be the Knicks in that series. Pacers Bucks. I feel like the Pacers can beat the Bucks in that series. So semis, I got the Cavaliers, Celtics, Pacers, and the Pistons. So Cavaliers will go against the Detroit Pistons. The Celtics will against the Pacers. The Celtics are beating the Pacers. The Cavaliers against the Pistons will be a tough matchup, but I feel like the Cavaliers will ground it out. Cavaliers, Celtics, and with the Cavaliers losing to the Celtics, I feel like in about 5 or 6 games. That's what I feel. So over to the Western Conference standings. So nothing has been set in stone except for OKC and Houston Rockets clinching playoff spots. It can still very move. Between the third and the eighth seed is very, very, very tight. But I believe the Warriors are on like an incredible hot streak. I can really see them moving up. I can see them moving up in that. It just depends on how the stretch goes. I can really see them moving up to 3. The Nuggets are kind of slipping. If they continue to slip, the Grizzlies keep rising, the Timberwolves keep rising. They could fall into that play-in. That play-in is very tight. I want to say that the play-in between the third and the eighth seed is about 2 games. 2 games. The Grizzlies have been falling, but I think they recently just won. Timberwolves have been rising. The Clippers have been so and so. I think they play tonight. Yeah, I can see the Warriors possibly moving up in that fourth seed, having home field advantage over the Nuggets. That play-in tournament right now is between like Wolves, Clipper, Mavs, Kings. The Suns on the outside looking in. I really feel like that's a done deal for them. I feel like these 10 teams I'm looking at now, the Thunder, Rockets, Lakers, Nuggets, Warriors, Grizzlies, Timberwolves, Clippers, Mavericks, and Kings are going to round up your top 10. So let's see the Grizzlies at the 6, Timberwolves at the 7, Clippers at the 8, Mavericks at the 9, Kings at the 10. I see the Mavericks beating the Kings, AD halfway redemption tour. Timberwolves Clippers. I see the Timberwolves beating the Clippers, keeping their number 7 spot. And between the Clippers and Mavs, it is very tough. Kawhi, James Harden, Norman Powell, they have been playing extremely good, but it's hard to ignore the fact that the bigs are back in Dallas, kind of AD, Gafford, Lively, PJ Washington. Kyrie is out, so whoever they were facing in the first round will be the Thunder. I'll believe that the Thunder possibly, the Mavericks possibly could get one game. It'll be the Rockets and the Rockets and Timberwolves. That is a very interesting matchup. I really like Anthony Edwards, and I see it going 7 games. I really see Anthony. I really see the Timberwolves pulling that one out. Then it'll be Lakers and Grizzlies. I see the Lakers beating the Grizzlies because you know Grizzlies are kind of falling off after the firing of their head coach. They have had some massive losing streaks. They have been, point differentials, defense, offense have been falling off, steadily falling off. Again, I will leave the Nuggets and Warriors. The Warriors are hot. I believe, like I said, the Warriors would take that Nuggets number 4 seed. I'm gonna see the Warriors finishing the Nuggets in 6 games. So then we will have OKC versus the Timberwolves and the Lakers versus the Warriors in the second round matchup. I see OKC. I don't. I see OKC Timberwolves. Oh my God. I really see them picking on Rudy Gobert. Big perk, Rudy Gobert. So I'm going to say Tim. I'm going to say OKC. I want to say Tim Williams, but Rudy Gobert is a liability come playoff time. Lakers Warriors. Once again, Warriors on a hot streak. Lakers are kind of they're plateauing, then they're spiking, plateauing, then they're spiking. I really see that going 7 games with Golden State taking it win. Then there'll be Thunder and Golden State in the Western Conference Finals. I see Golden State beating OKC and another in 6 games. So that will be the Celtics Warriors rematch, and I believe that the Warriors take it in 7. Yeah. So thank y'all for listening. This is, just a little bit, just a little sports update, things of that nature. Once again, I said before, I really appreciate y'all listening to me, giving me a listen. Culture Cannabis. Usually I'm smoking while I'm doing this, but not today because I'm moving around and I really need a calm spot, for me to be able to do that. But I love y'all. Tune in. There's gonna be more. We're gonna be great. I love y'all. God bless.